Okay, here's the next segment, and we're going to play Jeopardy for the Xbox 360. Let's see how we do this game, shall we? We shall. And in our birthday bank, we have $2,871,479.
Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Parts of speech. Name the novel. IHOP. Historic amours. Cakes. And their first #1 pop
Cakes for
hit.
$200.
A lot of clue. In earlier days, this evil-sounding chocolate cake was colored with red food dye.
What is Devil's Food Cake?
Yes, player 1? That is correct.
Let's go with cakes for $400, please.
Player 1. The Cheesecake Factory has put its famous cream cheese icing on this other type of cake.
What is Red Velvet Cake?
Yes, player 1?
Or Carrot Cake?
That is correct.
$600.
We return. Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte is known by this colorful name in English. It's player 1.
What is Red Velvet? Or no, let's change that to Black Forest Cake.
Good.
Good thing I did.
Player 1. This aluminum cake pan that sounds like a baseball play was invented by H. David Dahlquist in the early 1950s. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is Bunt?
As its name suggests, a trompe-l'oeil cake is one designed to deceive this sense. Player 1.
What is Sight?
That's correct. Please pick again.
Historic amours for $200.
This dictator's rumored romp with Pompey's wife was even riskier than his fling with Cleopatra.
Who is, Julius Caesar?
Yes, player 1.
Or Mark Antony? I'll say it was Mark Antony instead.
No.
I should have gone with Julius Caesar.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Julius Caesar.
Oh, okay. Historic amours $400.
Select. When this great guy became king of Judea, he banished his first wife, Doris, and married a princess named Mariamne. Let's hear it, player 1.
Who is Alexander the Great?
That's not it.
Food.
Anyone else? Yes, player 3? Yes.
Herod the Great. Oh, okay.
Player 3, you start. For 13 years, Madame de Montespan was the sunshine of this Sun King's life. Let's hear it, player 1.
Who is Louis the 14th?
That's it.
It's more like it.
Okay, the Earl of Bothwell led the plot to murder this queen's second husband 3 months before becoming hubby number 3. It's player 1.
I'll say who is Elizabeth I?
No.
Foop.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player 2.
Mary Queen of Scots. Oh, okay.
Where do we begin, player 2? The Duchess of Portsmouth was the least popular mistress of this merry monarch, and that was quite a contest. Player 1?
Who is James II?
Nope. Sorry.
Dang it.
Anyone else? Okay, player 2. Right you are.
Charles II. Alright.
Player 2. Pick again.
IHOP 200.
The red type of this marsupial can leap over barriers as high as 6 feet.
What is a kangaroo?
Yes, player 1? Yes. Where do we... This class of animals includes frogs and toads.
What are amphibians?
Player 1? Good. Please. The hare named for this country between France and the Netherlands is actually a rabbit.
What is Belgium?
Okay, player 1? Yes. Player 1. A grasshopper shares the billing with one of these insects in the title of an Aesop fable.
What is an ant?
Okay, player 1? Good. Player 1. This tiny insect pest, Pulex irritans, can leap more than 130 times its own height.
What's a flea?
It's player 1. Yes.
I'll
We
take
return
name
to
the
you,
novel 200.
1937. I have chosen Mr. Baggins, and that ought to be enough for all of you.
What is the Lord of the Rings?
Yes, player 1?
Or the Hobbit? Yeah, the Lord of the Rings.
No.
Dang it.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 2.
Nope.
No. Anyone else? Yes, player 3. Yes. Player 3, make a selection, please, as we continue. 1813. Happy for all her maternal feelings was the day Mrs. Bennet got rid of her 2 most deserving daughters. It's player 1.
What is Pride and Prejudice?
Good for you. Okay, 1932. In the 4,000 rooms of the center, the 4,000 electric clocks simultaneously struck 4.
What is 1984?
Okay, player 1.
No. What is, 1984.
That's incorrect.
Dang it.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we were looking for. Brave New World.
Oh.
Player 1. Answer. The Daily Double. And you're in the lead now. Please enter your wager. And the clue. 1902. The horror. The horror.
What is Heart of Darkness?
That puts you even further ahead. Player 1. 1961. Once upon a time, there was a Martian named Valentine Michael Smith. Okay, player 1.
What is The Martian Chronicles?
No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player 3. Good. Player 3, you start. Every Breath You Take, 1983.
Who are the police?
Okay, player 1. Hey, you're right. Okay, let's Sunshine on My Shoulders, 1974. Yes, player 1.
Who is John Denver?
You again. Sunshine Superman, 1966. Yes, player one?
Who is Buffalo Springfield?
Sorry, that's...
Dang it.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player three?
Donovan?
Yes. Okay, let's get back into this. Player three, you make the next selection as well. Ms. Jackson, 2001.
I'll say who are outcast.
Player one?
Yeah!
Okay, let's get Owner of a Lonely Heart, 1984. Okay, player one?
Who is... Yes.
Right. Player one? Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream. That's the thing to do. Dream.
What is verb?
Player one?
What's a verb?
That's it. Player one. Rodney Dangerfield said, when I was born, I was so ugly, the doctor slapped my mother. Ugly.
What's an adjective?
It's player one. You got it. Player one. I killed a man in Reno just to watch him die. In... Yes, player one?
What is a conjunction? Or the preposition?
Good. You again, player one. We know you're very smart, but are you smart enough to know? Very.
What's an adverb?
Player one?
Oh, no, not an adjective. I meant to hit adverb.
Anyone else?
Shoot. I wasn't paying attention. Oh well.
The correct response is an adverb.
That's what I meant to say.
Here's the $1,000 clue for you. So when you're happy, hooray, or sad, aw, or frightened, eek, or mad, rats. Hooray, aw, eek, rats. Okay, player one.
What are interjections?
Good. Player two, you're going first in Double Jeopardy. And we'll start that round right after this break. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. South American countries.
Oh, okay.
Mythological words and phrases. Nasal passages.
Huh.
Take me out to the history game. Royalty on film. And P is for physics. Player two, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? This South American country was named for a man born in 1451 in Genoa. Player one?
What is... What is Venezuela? Oh, it's Bolivia.
Anyone
Oh, wait a
else
minute.
care to try to come
No,
up
it's
with the correct
Colombia.
response?
Ah, shoot. It's Colombia. Christopher Columbus.
Here's the correct response. Colombia.
Oh, well.
Montevideo is its largest city.
What is Uruguay?
Yes, player one? Yeah, you're right. Player one? Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You are currently in the lead. All right, here's your clue. This country's almost 4,000-mile coastline is the longest of any in South America on the Pacific Ocean.
On the Pacific Ocean? I'll say what is Chile.
Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. We return. It's the South American country whose capital city lies the closest to 0 degrees latitude.
What is Ecuador?
Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Please, Jimmy will present this clue.
This country's Bahia Mangrove ecoregion extends from Reconcavo to Todos os Santos Bay.
What is Brazil?
Okay, player one. Right. Player one, back to you for our next selection.
Mythological words and phrases for 400.
You may have this small but crucial weakness even if you weren't dipped into the river Styx by your mother.
What is it, Achilles' heel?
Okay, player one. Good. Player one. A very handsome young man is sometimes called this after the handsome youth loved by Aphrodite. Player one.
What is... Adonis?
Yes.
Alright.
Player one. A shrewish woman, or a predatory mythological creature who is part woman, part bird. It's player one.
What is a harpy?
Good. Please pick. This adjective, meaning volatile or quick-witted, comes from the name of a swift messenger god. It's player one.
What is mercurial?
Correct. You get. Here's Sarah. She'll show you.
The delightful Champs-Élysées in Paris is named for this delightful resting place of the dead in Greek mythology.
Player one.
What is Elysium?
That is correct. Player one. And there in the wood a piggywig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, in the poem about this bird and a feline.
What is the owl and the pussycat?
Player one. Yes. Please, truly that nose is the glorious cross he bears, is said of this romantic Rostand hero.
Who is Cyrano de Bergerac?
It's player one. That is correct. Player one. To see what is in front of one's nose needs a constant struggle, wrote this man in 1946, not in 1984.
Who is George Orwell?
It's player one. Player one. Answer. The second daily double. And you're in the lead now. You need to select your wager. Answer. Lightly was her slender nose tip-tilted like the petal of a flower. This lord wrote in Idylls of the King.
Who is Lord Byron? Or is it Lord Tennyson? It's Lord Tennyson.
That puts you even further ahead. You again, a Pascal Pensée. If the nose of this queen had been shorter, the whole face of the world would have been changed. Player one. Sorry.
Dang it.
Anyone else? We're talking about Cleopatra.
Okay.
Player one, back to you. It's the P in P equals force times velocity.
What is power?
It's player one. Yes. You get this element, Pu, was first detected in a cyclotron at Berkeley in 1940.
What is plutonium?
Player one. Hey, you're right. Player one. A cube is an example of a rectangular one of these. A Pink Floyd cover displays a triangular one.
What's a prism?
It's player one. Yes. You get the bob of a simple one of these moves with simple periodic motion. Okay, player one. That's correct. Select it. It's an elementary light particle, also called a fuzzy ball.
What's a photon?
Player one. That's correct. Player 1. Helen Mirren as this queen in The Queen. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yep. Player 1. Kate Blanchett in 1998 as this title queen. Player 1. You got it. Please pick it. Kirsten Dunst in 2006 as this title queen. It's Player 1. We return. Robert Shaw was him in A Man for All Seasons. Player 1.
Fail.
Anyone else? We're talking about Henry VIII.
Okay.
Player 1. Katharine Hepburn was her in The Lion in Winter. Let's hear it, Player 1. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we were looking for. Eleanor of Aquitaine. Please pick again. It's 1922, and the Blackshirts force King Victor Emmanuel III to appoint this far-right fielder as Prime Minister. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Dang it.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about Benito Mussolini.
Oh. Alright.
Please pick again, Player 1. 1649. And this king is looking kind of tired out. Yep, here comes Oliver Cromwell to give him the hook.
Ooh.
Yes, Player 1. That's it.
There we go.
Player 1. It's July 10th, 1553, and this lady will pinch hit for Edward VI, who's been taken out of the game. Cousin Mary is on deck. It's Player 1.
Who is... No.
Any other takers? Yes, Player 2. Yes.
Hang on here, folks.
Player 2. Where do we start? It's going back, and it's over the 73-mile-long wall built in the 120s AD by this slugger, the Emperor.
Ugh. Oh, sorry, folks.
It's Player 1. That is correct. And the $2,000 clue? It's 1902, and Teddy Roosevelt is putting this junior on the bench, the Supreme Court bench, and he'll be there for 29 years.
Oh, oops, hang on.
Yes, Player 1?
Who is Oliver Wendell Holmes?
That is correct. Congratulations to all of you. You'll be continuing on to Final Jeopardy when we come back. Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this: 16th century names. So, what's your wager?
Oh, my wager. Okay.
The Final Jeopardy clue is as follows. Paul III roared at him, "I have waited 30 years for your services." Now I'm Pope. Can't I satisfy my desire? Let's see your response.
Michelangelo. That's who I said.
And that correct
Yep.
response will add.
So I got it right.
And your response? How much do you add?
So we'll add
total
$50,000 to the
correct
bank,
response?
which now stands at
What did you put into your response?
$2,921,479.
And this correct response will add how much to your score?
And we'll wrap it up for this segment, and I'll see you all for that next one.
This makes you our new champion, Player One. So congratulations. So long, everybody.